ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय।
श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्यः कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि।
रामानुजदया पात्रम् ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणम् श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यम् वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकम्।
சீரொன்று தூப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்றச் சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஊரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேரப் போமளவும் வாழ்வு.
श्रीमान वेंकटनाथार्यं कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि। रामानुजदया ज्ञानवैराग्यपूषणो श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यं वन्दे வேதாந்ததேசிகம். சீரொன்று தோப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்று சொன்ன பழமொழி ஓரொன்று தானே அமையாது வாழ்வார்குவானேர போமளவும் வாழ்வு.
So we are going through the sentence number 19. So we are going through page number 183. So papam prajnam nashayati kriyamanam punah punah nashta prajnaha papameva punah arabhatena. There's a proverb in English also, evil begets evil. And therefore, so whenever we have intention to commit sin, rather more desire to commit sin than doing good actions. So papam prajnam nashayati. It destroys the intelligence. Prajnam generally meaning consciousness. So prajna is here intelligence, the wisdom. It removes the wisdom from us. Kriyamanam punah punaha. When the sinner goes on committing bad actions, then he will lose his wisdom. Nashta prajnaha. Prajna is intelligence also. So can acumen, IQ say IQ, intelligence quotient. Papameva punaha arabate naraha. A human being restarts doing all kinds of sins. So இத்தியாதிகளில் சொன்ன பாப ஆரம்பக பாபத்துக்கும் பிராயஷ்சித்தமாக ஏற்கனவே பிரபத்தி பண்ணவும் பிராப்தம் என்றபடி. So before even we think of committing a lot of bad actions, then we must try to do remedial action. So the only rather favor boon given by the Lord is we are able to identify the good from the good, the bad. we are able to differentiate between the good and the bad. We are able to discriminate between the good and the bad. Therefore, we are not called innocent people. We can't escape punishment. Since we know that whatever we do is wrong and whatever we do not do is right. So you say in English, nip it in the bud. While the desire for committing sin grows, so cut it off. So papa arambhaka papam. We are the first beginners of committing sins, and then immediately remedial action can be taken. So already prapatti has been done as one-time action, and again prayaschitta prapatti is done. So in spite of the first prapatti, that is one-time prapatti done, we tend to commit more sins also. That is not the normal human tendency, but it again is influenced by our previous birth latent impression, Purva Janma Vasana. So we have been habituated in committing sins, and therefore we continue to do it. So praptam everybody. So as we understand, we can do prayaschitta prapatti. Then after prayaschitta prapatti, whatever we do, what will happen? We will see here. Ippadi vartikkum avan. Vartikkum avan means while he lives like this. Ahehe iva ganat bhitaha sammanat maranadiva gunapativa yaha stribhyaha tam deva brahmanam viduhu. Who is a brahmana? Who is a brahmin? Its definition is here. So let us not get into a bad company, bad friends, bad relatives. So you should be afraid of the group. Today we have to come out of WhatsApp group. So avoid grouping in WhatsApp. So a lot of postings are there, negative postings are there. People post the messages, very bad messages by 12 midnight. And because of that message, we are not going to solve the problem. When we can solve the problem, okay, it's an emergency message. But again, for example, messages between people in one country and other people in another country, times differ, and therefore let us not disturb that. When we have night, they have more daytime. When they have day, we are in the night. Therefore, WhatsApp messages should be avoided. So Ganat Bhita. One must be afraid of the group. Like what? Like a snake. There are 2 points here. As soon as we see a snake, we are afraid of it. As soon as the snake sees us, it is also afraid. It also fears from us. So it fears for its life, and we are also running away for our lives. But generally, when you clap your hand very hard, when you have a stick in the hand, you can just drive the snakes out. But we are not bold enough to drive the snakes out. Sometimes we want to kill it out, so that we will not see it again nearby. Then sammanatu maranativa. When you get honored, sammanam. Tamil is Sanmanam. It's also a good word. Sanmanam. Sanmanaha. Meaning when we are honored, so we must feel as though death has come. Maranadiva. As we are afraid of death, smashana bhayam we say in Sanskrit. Smashana bhayam. In those days, prasava bhayam. Delivery was very difficult in those days because of medical science updation was not there. So people were afraid of even delivery, child delivery. And then Maranatha, so from death. So Sammanatha Maranadhi. So we must avoid getting honored. We must not seek honor. We must not run after honor. And therefore that will be like a death. Then Kunapadiva Yaha Stribhyaha. What do you call a transgender, say? So must be afraid of ladies, women. So just like an impotent person is afraid of ladies. So tam deva brahmanam vidu. Meaning avoid wrong relationship, and therefore gods remember those people as brahmana. So we have been seeing some definitions. So what is the aradhanam? We saw the definition of aradhanam. That is, tell always the truth and so on. That was aradhanam. Here it is this way. So we must be afraid of groups, in the sense groups of bad people, and we must be afraid of getting honored. So we must be afraid of women. So, for example, there is a verse in Sanskrit, general verse in Sanskrit called Subhashitam, meaning Matruvat Paradareshu. Matruvat Paradareshu. Look at others' wives, treat others' wives as your own mother. Matruvat Paradareshu. Paradravyeshu Loshtavat. When you look at others' property, wealth, keep it as remember it as a mund of clay. What do you call the lump of earth? Treat it as lump of earth if it is others' property. Then, thirdly, Atmavat Sarvabhuteshu. So you must feel as though, so when you are happy, share the happiness with others. When you are suffering, do not share the suffering. So Atmavat Sarvabhuteshu. Yah pashyati sapashyati. These are the two lines. So look at others' wives, treat others' wives as your own mother, and don't covet another's property. That's what we say. So இத்தியாதிகளின்படியே தேவர்களுக்கும் பகுமான விஷயமாம். So not only we try to please Sriman Narayana, the God of gods, but also the 33 crores of gods, including the leader Indra and so on. So we need their help, and therefore we must be good in the book. We must be in the good books of gods. Gods also will respect us. தேவர்களுக்கும் பகுமான விஷயனாம். பகுமான விஷயம், பகுமானம் தமிழ், வெகுமதி, வெகுமானம் வெகுமதி, தமிழ். Pararandhreshu Jatyandhaha, that's what I was telling you here. So Pararandhreshu Jatyandhaha, Paradareshu Apumsakaha, Parivadeshu Ye Mukaha, Te Ativa Daita Mama. This is again, I think, from Mahabharata. So when you find a lot of mistakes in others, Pararandhreshu, Randhram is whole, H-O-L-E. Vattai Tamil. That means fault. So if you see mistakes in others, then what do you say? What do? You become blind. That is, turn a Nelson's eye, we say in English. Turn a Nelson's eye towards others' mistakes. Pararandresh. Don't pick holes with others. தீக்குறளை சென்றோதோம் திருப்பாவை. தீக்குறளை சென்றோதோம். Don't give a wrong report about others by going to a particular person. So even if your friends and relatives come to you, don't tell them that this is the mistake committed by so and so. So pararandreshu jati andhaha. As though you are born blind. Jati andhaha. So blind from the very birth. So shut up your eyes from the mistakes of others. Paradareshu apumsakaha. Feel that you are a eunuch. EUNUCH. When you see others' wives. Paradareshu. In the matter of others' wives. Be a eunuch. That means be a what you call impotent person. Then parivadeshu ye mukaha. So just now we said, so when you want to blame others, then become dumb. So mukaha, dumb people, ஊமையாயிடும். மற்றவர்களை குற்றம் சொல்லும் பொழுது ஊமையாயிடும். பரிவாதேஷு ஏ முகாஹா. பரிவாதஹ. Swami, this applies to Bhagavatas, yes, and Sri Vaishnavas or generally. No, not only all people, all. It applies to most important is to Bhagavatas. The problem is so rampant that only Bhagavatas are doing. Mostly Bhagavatas are doing.
No, that is why it
There
is
is
not
a
for
very
Bhagavad, it is
serious
for all, Swami. No, it is for all. It is a common one. It is general
Amama.
ethics in general.
It applies to more Bhagavatas than anybody else. Because Bhagavatas are not supposed to commit any sin. So we are committing great sin, great blunder when we blame others, when we report negatively others, and then, yeah. So when we pick holes with others, so let us be silent while others do mistakes. Because if at all, even if you can solve the problem of others, for example, if I can correct others, then it is possible. But it is not possible for me to correct others because we already saw Swaraksham, Parai so it's not possible. Paraihi Raksham and Swaraksham is not possible. Suppose we blame others, then we may get harmed, HARMED. So we may get harmed, and therefore let us not report about others. So be dumb, be blind, be an important person. That is, whatever happens in the society, let us shut our eyes to. Now, the problem again, all of us will say is, then the society's problems, how can they be solved? How can we solve the society's problem? You cannot do it. That's what the helplessness is there. Because we already surrendered to God. One of my elderly friends in my institution, educational institution, retired, now 92 years young, 92 years young. He says, in order to solve the problems of Vaishnavas in certain, what we call, kshetras, let us behave like Draupadi. He said, let us behave like Draupadi. Draupadi finally held her hands over her head, saying, Shankachakra Gadapane Dwaraka Nilayachyuta Govinda Pundarikaksha Rakshamam Sharanagatam. Ha Krishna Dwaraka Vasin Vasi Yadavanandana Imam Avastam Sampraptam Anatham Kim Upekshasi. These two prayers were said by Draupadi, and there are so many discussions going on in YouTubers about a particular research brought out by two important Astika individuals. We call them Brahmins. There's a lot of discussion, what you call furore going on, Furore. The very hot discussions are going on. So again, one of the devotees started interviewing many people on this count, on this research, and then bringing to book so that those two individuals should become silent future. So now, so what do we do? So ye naraha tanmayatvena govinde nyasta chetasaha vishayatyaginaha tesham vigneyam cha tadantike. So when we feel that we are one with God, now you can practice Advaitam as we say, Soham, Soham instead of Dasoham. I am Atma, Ahameva Brahma, Brahmaivaham Asmi. Suppose you have an attitude that you are one with the God, you are almost equal to God. So Tanmayatvena Govinde. When you identify yourself as totally congruent to Lord Krishna, then Govinde, Ye Naraha, Nyasta Chetasaha, after depositing their minds, namely what we call Prapatti, Nyasta Chetasaha meaning engaged their minds only on Lord Govinda. Vishayatyaginaha, they have given up all their desires for this world, then Tesham Vigneyam cha Tadantike. We must learn from them. We must emulate them. We must follow their example. So number one is given here. Bharatam, Mahabharatam. Udyoga Parva. It's called Udyoga Parva. 34th chapter, 74th shloka. அடிக்கடி செய்யப்பட்ட பாபம் அறிவை அழிக்கும். பாபம் பிரஜாம் நாசயதி. அறிவை இழந்த மனிதன் நஷ்ட பிரஜா மறுபடியும் பாபத்தையே செய்ய ஆரம்பிக்கின்றான். புனப்புனகா பாபம் ஆரம்பத்தே. This is what we saw earlier. Again, Bharatam, Shanti Parva, 251 and 13th sloka. வீணர்களின் கூட்டத்தை கண்டால் பாம்பின் இடத்தில் போல் அஞ்சி. That's what I said, bad people, வீணர்கள். வீணர்கள் meaning people without any good work. That means they while away their time, they waste their life by blaming others. So Ganat, I said WhatsApp group. So Ganat, so bad. So from the bad group, Pambin Adatirpol Anji. So be afraid of snake-like group. Then Pirar Sammanam Sheyum பொழுது, when others honor us, when others respect us, மரணத்திற்கு போல் பயந்து. So we must feel that death is nearby. Death is approaching. Then பிற பெண்களை கண்டால் பிணத்தை கண்டால் போல விலகுபவன். So this is only an attitude. Don't say that see the women as dead bodies. No. So பிற பெண்களை கண்டால் Kutapaha you can say as an important person. பிணத்தை கண்டால் விலகுபவன் உயர்ந்த அந்தணன் என்று தேவர்களும் கொண்டாடுகின்றனர். gods adore the human being, such human being. Meaning, so let us not covet others' wives also. So Vishnu Dharmottara Puranam, 76th to 22nd verse. பிறரிடம் குற்றம் காண்பதில் பிறவிக் குருடராகவும் பரரந்திரேஷு யாத்யந்தாஹா. Very easily understood. So when you want to find fault with others, then be a blind man from the very birth. பிறர் மனைவியின் விஷயத்தில் அலிகளாகும். I told you, treat the other's wives as our mother. And then Piraye Padipa, now here of course the negative statements are there, already explained. So பிறரை பழிப்பதில் ஊமைகளாகவும் இருப்பவர் எனக்கு மிகவும் பிரியமானவர். Lord Krishna says, I like those people who are dumb in blaming others. Vishnu Dharmottara Puranam again. So 99th chapter 15th shloka. கோவிந்தனையே எப்போதும் நினைத்து கோவிந்தே தன்மயத்வேன, that's what we saw. கோவிந்தே தன்மயத்வேன, அவனிடம் மனம் வைத்து ன்யஸ்த சேதசா, that's what we saw. விஷயங்களில் பற்றில்லாதவர்களின் சமீபத்தில் விஷய தியாகினஹா தே, சமீபத்தில் அந்த பகவான் இருக்கின்றான். So Lord is nearby when we feel that he is nearby. So when we are at his proximity, then he will be at our proximity. This is one of the qualities that we need to achieve. Samipyam. Samipyam must be there. We must feel the nearness of the Lord. How do you feel the nearness of the Lord? Remember that he is antaryami in your jivatma soul, namely the physical part of the body, namely heart or mind. Brain, as we say. Brain and the heart. The physical part of these two parts constitute a mind, human mind. So we go to the next page. So kshanepi te yat viraha ati dussaha. So I used to quote the example of the cowherdesses during the incarnation of Lord Krishna. So kshanepi, even for a moment, even for a split second. So te, so your yad viraha, separation from the Lord, ati dussaha, it is highly intolerable. We must feel so. So we must feel even a second of separation would cause a catastrophe for us, a big danger for us. So in the same way, Lord also feels the same way. Please remember this. This is the wonder that we understand. Namely, என்னும்படி சர்வேஸ்வரனுக்கும் நிரதிசய பிரீத்தி ஹேத்துவாம். So he loves us more. Not that we love him less. He loves us more. He is more affectionate to us than we are. Because our affection is less than his affection. Because again, we are living, though with a lot of what we call desires unfulfilled with regard to worldly pleasures, then we live a decent life. I would say we are living a decent life. We are not begging. We are not seeking alms, ALMS. We are not suffering by diseases. We have a normal, happy, though not we say very happy as we intend to be, we have peacefulness in the mind, contentment in the heart. Now the percentage differs. The percentage differs. Percentage of happiness differs from one individual to another. but we are set to be happy. We are set to be happy. So Vakyam 20. So Kainkaryamavu. So what is service? Swami Uganda Eval Tolil Shehiyale, இது யதாசாஸ்திரம் பண்ணினால் உகப்பாம் என்று. How do you know that particular service is liked more by the Lord? Because you have to study Shastras. So, for example, we remind ourselves that even speaking truth is service. Speaking truth is a service. Because we follow the rule exactly, namely Satyam Vada from Taittiriya Upanishad. Simple, I'm just saying the simple rule, simple instruction, simple advice, simple order from the scripture. Satyanna pramaditavyam. Are we doing our duty? Say yes. Though I may be a liar, say yes, I'm doing dharma, right? I'm performing duty exactly, perfectly according to scriptures. So dharmanna pramaditavyam. Don't make mistakes in our duties. So let us not take pride in saying, let us not boast ourselves that we are doing the duty properly daily and so on. But if we do, they said yathasastram pandinal, if we do according to the rules, then Lord will be happy. Lord will be pleased. Ugappam. தமிழ்ல இன்னொரு வார்த்தை சொல்லுவோம், திருவுள்ளம். எம்பெருமானுக்கு திருவுள்ளமாகும். எப்படின்னு கேட்டா, because we are reading the Tamil book also, we can remember Alvar's statements. 4000 திவ்ய பிரபந்தமும் இங்க எடுத்துட்டு, ஸோ திவ்ய பிரபந்தத்தை நாம ஃபாலோ பண்ணி பின்பற்றி அதுல இருக்கிற ஆழ்வாருடைய கருத்துக்களை எல்லாம், ஏன்னா உங்களுக்கு ஆல் ஆஃப் அஸ் நோ தட் சாமவேதா is given as essence in Thiruvaimozhi, as we understand, that all the 4 scriptures are transcreated into Tamil by Nammalvar, and therefore, so we can understand that Vishnu Sahasranamam is also the essence of Thiruvaimozhi. Ayiram Pasuram, Ayiram Tirunam. That you can always interpret that way, and therefore we can follow Alvars, our acharyas, our specific traditional acharyas, and so on. So that will be called yathashastra, and therefore Lord will be pleased. Then how do you know that the services will be making the Lord happy? Because the point is, Bhagavad Gita verses can be read and understood, and how to do service and so on. And again, one more thought came in, but I will tell you a little later. So Nityaram Muktaram Bhagavad Priti Hetu Kalai. So there are 4 people. Garuda, Vishaksena, Adishesha, and these 3 people, Nityar, Garuda, Vishaksena, and Adishesha. Then Muktaram, all the released souls in heaven, namely Vaikuntham. So what do? Bhagavad Priti Hetu Kalai. They know what will please their Lord, and therefore Bhagavad Priti Hetu Kalai. Karana meaning using the limbs. There you get limbs. That is what we call divine limbs. So our body also becomes Mangala Vigraha, Divya Mangala Vigraha. So Karana, Nirapeksha Sarva Vishaya Jnana Tale. So because we are not interested in this world, so Sarva Vishaya Jnana Tale, having understood the nature of the objects of pleasure of this world, and we don't want them, Nirapeksha. then சாட்சாத்கரித்து கைங்கரியம் பண்ணுமா போலே, because of this wisdom dawned upon us by understanding the differences between the pleasures of heaven, namely Vaikuntham, and this world, this bhumi, you can say, earth. They do kaikari, they do service. In the same way, what are we expected to do is, Baddha Dasaile, we are all chained souls. We are fettered souls, Fettered. So we are bound here. So bandham is there. So Baddha Dasaile, Karana Sapekshate Undahayalum. So we have two attitudes. One is nonchalant attitude, namely that we don't want anything here, but we want only the Lord. Then you have the other person who is always busy with the pleasures of this world. So Karana Sapekshate Undahayalum. So while we engage our limbs, parts of the body to use in these two ways, then Pratyakshadigalukku Nilamallada Vishayathil, as we don't see the Lord in flesh and blood. By direct perception, Pratyaksha, Adi, we are not able to guess what the Lord is, how Lord is, what is his nature, and so on, in spite of studying all the books, getting all the wisdom from the acharyas, namely preceptors, then many gurus, many philosophies, Vishishtadvaita again. We understand agamas. We know the procedures of worship in temples. We have studied scriptures. In spite of all this, we are not able to have a direct perception of the Lord. So with our naked eyes, what we call mamsa chakshuhu, we say mamsa chakshuhu. Whatever the eye vision that we have now is mamsa chakshuhu. So flesh eye. We are able to see Ranganatha in the temple, okay, but are we able to realize him? Are we able to feel the life in the idol? No, Nilamallada Vishayat. It is not accessible. Neither by the direct perception, Pratyaksha, Anumana by pure guess, Uha, we say Uha, guess. So he is not tangible. He is not touchable. But only one pramana is available. Aptavakyam, namely Shabda Pramana. Scriptures are available, books are available, other books are available, Smriti, Dharma Shastras, Itihasas, Puranas, stories, and so on, all are available. But still we are groping in the dark. So Pitradeva Manushyanam, Vedaha Chakshuhu Sanatan. So this is the third pramana. Number one, Pratyaksha, direct perception is not available to us. We are not able to talk to the Lord in the temple. He is silent according to us. We talk to him, but he doesn't give a reply. Sometimes he gives a reply to only great people, and that reply is through the priest. Bhattacharyan Moolamaha Badil Varum. But we don't believe them also. We have no faith in them. This is called DX Machina. Vedanta Deshika was given title by these two, what we call the divine couple, Vedantacharya and Sarvatantra Swatantra. How do we believe? We thrive on belief. We survive on belief. And therefore, so Pitradeva Manushyanam, among the three categories, ancestors, Pitru, Deva, gods, Manushyanam are the human beings. What is the pramanam? Vedaha Chakshuhu. Scripture is the eye. Scripture is the window through which we see. Sanatanam, it is permanent. When we are discussing Sanatana Dharma, Sanatana Dharma, Sanatana Dharma, meaning it's a continuity without interruption. That's called Sanatana. So, Manam Pradipamiva Kariniko Dada. Now, suddenly there is a flash in our heart. Lord gives Dadati. Why is he giving? Karunikaha, because he is a sympathizer. He is a pitiful person. Therefore, then how does he show? Antarjyotihi, as Swami Deshika said in his Bhagavad Gita Sopanam, while transcreating Amalanadi of Tirupanalvar, Kapapi description from foot to head, Swami Deshika said, Manam Pradipam. Pradipam, a gemmed lamp. It's a gemmed lamp. The lamp is never put out. It is not put out. It is glowing, burning all the time. And that will be our manam. Manam meaning, there are so many meanings there. Respect, the measurement. Manam is measurement. So our, what we call lot, L-O-T, meaning luck. Our adrishtam will be the Lord of pity shows us the way by light. Antarjyotihi kimapi aminam. Even Swami Deshika says, how do you understand the light? Pradipaha. Kimapi, indescribably great, but we are not able to understand and divulge to others, the secret to others. Antarjyotihi kimapi aminam anjanam yoga drishte. Yogis use this jnanam as their collyrium in their eye, and they see eye to eye with the Lord. Anjanam yoga drishte. But he can be imagined. Chintaratnam is a gem of a person that he can be imagined by the mind. Chintaratnam. Is he easily accessible? Yes, Sulabham. Chintaratnam Sulabham. Where do you get this easily, his vision? Iha in Srirangam. Chintaratnam Sulabhamiha Naha. For whom? For all of us? Yes, Naha. For all of us. Chintaratnam Sulabhamiha Naha. What do you want? Siddhi moksha anurupam. We want success in this world as well as moksha in the next world. We want emancipation, freedom from birth and death and cycle. And again, we want to do kainkaryam. That kainkaryam is called moksham. And therefore, siddhi moksha anurupam. According to our merits, we must get it. That is the ordainment. That is the injunction. Suppose we have more sins, the moksha is delayed. When we have more merits, it is quicker. Siddhi moksha anurupam. For whom will he do it? Give this moksha or success in this world. Deena, poor people. Poor in the sense what? Helpless people. Deena, we are all deenas. Anatha, we are all orphans. Because others cannot protect us, therefore we are orphans. Though we have parents alive, though we have relatives, friends ready to help, so we are all orphans. Deenanatha. And what does he do? Vyasana shamanam. He reduces our worries. He doesn't remove our worries. All our worries. We are worried. We are much worried about our future, about our next generation, sons, daughters, children, grandchildren. So we are also worried about the whole society, what the world will become next. Will it be fit for living? Today, the bad news is in Srirangam, The sewage water got contaminated into the drinking water pipeline. Then many got sick. Many had to go to clinics. So what do you call medical clinics? And this is a news report. And then, many of them were suffering from diarrhea. And then suddenly, of course, the health department got awareness, and then they plugged the hole. Rather, it's the leakage. Plugged the leakage from the sewage water, drainage water, getting into the drinking water pipeline. This is a practical instance where we are all worried about the entire society. How people will be healthy when you drink dirty water. So here, so Manam, so Lord will be merciful. Lord will be merciful that He will show as quickly as possible according to our own what we call hurriedness. Twara, that is our speed must be more. So he said, Deenanatha Vesana Shamanam Daivatam Daivatanam. Of all the 108 Divya Kshetras, including Srivaikuntram and Milky Ocean, Srirangam is the foremost deity. Daivatam Daivatanam. Then what do? Divyam Chakshuhu. You must have a divine eye to look at Sri Ranganath. Divyam Chakshuhu. How do you do it? How do you get the eye, divine eye? Shruti Parishadam. Take the scriptures. There is an assembly of scriptures. Shruti Parishadam. Where do you see the Lord? Drishyate. It's being seen now. It is not a past action. It is not a future action. You are going to see Ranganatha in future. No. We are seeing now. Drishyate Rangamadhye. In the middle of Sriranga. In the middle of this world. In the middle of this stage. In the middle of the podium. In the middle of the altar. ALTAR. So let me just say this verse-fully. Antarjyotihi kimapi yaminam. Bhagavad Dhyana Sopana. First sloka. Antarjyotihi kimapi yaminam anjanam yoga drishte chintaratnam sulabhamihanaha siddhi mokshanurupam deenanatham vyasana shamanam daivatam daivatanam divyam chakshuhu shruti parishadam drishyate rangamadhye. So look at the footnotes. Sakrit tadakara vilokana ashaya trinikrita anuttama bhukti muktibhi mahatma bihi mam avalokyatam naya kshanepite yad viraho ati dussaha. Yashoda Swami and myself were the main participants to understand each one of the 65 Stotaratna verses, and it is the 56th verse. Great people are there. Mahatma bihi. Mahatmas are there. Mam avalokyatam. Let them see me. Mam avalokyatam. So you follow them. When you follow great people like Alavandar, Yamunacharya, Nathamuni, Chatakopaha, Nammalvar, because they, the great souls, did not delay. Yes, Raghuraman, yes, very good. Raghuraman also joined the Alavandar Stotra sessions. Very good. That's why I said main participants, and also Raghuraman also from Delhi was kind enough to come. So even a split second separation from the Lord is does not brook the separation does not brook any delay for the people, for the great soul. Why? Simply you see him once, Sakriti once, Tadakara Vilokana Ashaya. You have a desire to look at the Lord. What is the nature of the Lord? Tatu Akara. The lying down position on the serpent Adishesha, or standing position as Utsava idol as number mod. Tatu Akara Vilokana Ashaya. With a desire, with an ambition to look at him. So that is what he is addressed now. Your figure. I want to look at your figure. Then what I do? What is my background? Trinikrata Anuttama Bhukti Mukti. I don't want moksham, mukti. I don't want to enjoy pleasures of this world. So all of them have been left out by me like a blade of grass. Trinikrata. Just like Swami Ramanujacharya did it. Yonityamachyuta Padambuja Yugma Rukma. What is the possession of wealth of Sri Ramanujacharya? It is only that gold divine pair of feet of Lord Sri Ranganatha. Achyuta. Padambuja Yugma Rukma. Rukma is gold. Vyamohata Staditarani Trinayamini. He considered that all other things are blade of grass. We say Shashpaha, as valuable as the hair fallen from our head. கீழே விழுந்த முடிய நம்ம ஏதாவது மரியாதை கொடுப்போமா? So the worldly things are like that for him. So Trinikrita Anuttama Bhukti Mukti. Mukti is Anuttamam. The best aim will be moksha. But I don't want that. Vaikunthavase na me abhilashaha. Vedanta Deshika said in Varadaraja Panchashat. I don't want to go to heaven. So Trinikrita, so feeling very, what we call, flimsy. Feeling all the worldly things as flimsy. Flimsy. Then we have next quotation. No. Embermane, Orumure, un Tirumeni Sevikum Ashial, Brahmadipadankalaiyum Mokshathayum Kuda Turumbaga Ninaikum Mahatmakal Silar Kuda. Avargalai vittu Kshanam pirivathu Kuda Unakku porukka mudiyadhu. He says, Adandar says, Lord Shivan Narayana is not able to tolerate the separation from the great people, from such great people. அவர்கள் கட்டாட்சத்துக்கு என்னை இலக்காகும்படி செய்தோம். Make me as the object of vision of those great souls. பித்ருக்களுக்கும் தேவர்களுக்கும் மனிதர்களுக்கும் அனாதியான வேதமே கண்ணாகும். Scripture is the eye for all people. Mentioned the three categories: ancestors, gods, and human beings. And in Rangarajastvam we have the word Hartum tamah sarasati cha vivektum isho manam pradipamiva karuniko dadati tenavalokya kritina paribhunjate tam tatraiva kepi cha palashalabhi bhavanti. The meaning is not fully given in the Tamil, but it's very beautiful in Sanskrit. Lord Ishaha, first line. Lord Ishaha, Vivektum, he wants to discriminate Sat and Asati, good people and bad people. And he wants to take away our ignorance, Tamaha Hartum. He wants to give instruction to us that please select good actions, please avoid bad actions. Therefore, he shows his pity on us. Manam pradipamiva karuniko dadati. He throws light on the good and bad things. Meaning, exactly what you call throwing light. That is, namely, makes us wise. So he shows a lamp to guide us. So tena avalokya. So with that lamp, so avalokya, we have what you call manam, as I told you, limit. Manam is limit, not only respect and measurement. It's a limit. So he shows the limit, where to continue and where to stop. So Kritinaha, fortunate people, lucky people, paribhunjate tam, enjoy his blessing. Avalokya, looking at that particular limitations also. Okay? So tatraiva, there itself, kepi chapalaha shalabhi bhavan. Some people fall a prey like the, what you call, vittil poochi in Tamil, firefly, shalabhi bhavan. They become prey to the bad things. Some people, KP, some people, chapalaha, with a wavering mind, shalabhi bhavanti. This is written by, composed by, blessed by Kuranarayana Jiyar, Sri Rangarajastavam, rather, sorry, Parashara Bhattar, it's Parashara Bhattar, sorry, Sri Rangarajastavam. So, second part, first, so there are two parts, 200 verses there, almost. So, Karunikadalana Emberman, Karunikaha, அஞ்ஞான விரலை போக்கவும் தமஹா ஹர்த்தும் நல்லது தீயதை பிரித்தறிவதற்கும் சதசதி விவேக்தும் கைவிளக்கு போன்ற பிரதீபம் இவ சாஸ்திரத்தை கொடுக்கிறான் மானம் ததாதி. So manam here, as we understand, shastram. The meaning, already we saw Vedaha Chakra. So we will take up 185 page next session.
ராமானுஜதயா பாத்திரம் ஞான வைராகிய பூஷணம் ஸ்ரீமத் வெங்கடநாதார்யம் வந்தே வேதாந்த தேசிகம் கவிதார்க்கிக சிம்மாய கல்யாண குணசாலினே ஸ்ரீமதே வெங்கடேசாய வேதாந்த குரவே நமः. வாதித்விவஜரோ பங்க பஞ்சானன பராக்ரமா ஸ்ரீமான் வெங்கடநாதார்ய கிரம் விஜயதா சீரொன்று தோப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்று சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஓரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானே.
ராமானுஜதயா பாத்திரம் ஞானவைராக்யபூஷணம் ஸ்ரீமத்வேங்கடநாதார்யம் வந்தே வேதாந்ததேசிகம்.
कवितार्किकसिंहाय कल्याणगुणशालिने श्रीमते वेङ्कटेशाय वेदान्तगुरवे नमः.
சீரொன்று தூப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்றச் சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஓரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேரப் போமளவும் வாழ்வு.
ஓம் நமோ நாராயணாய. ஓம் நமோ நாராயணாய. ஓம் நமோ